guys, welcome to the podcast. If you are watching the video version, I have a little bit of a different setup. Hello to my $20 mic stand from Amazon. I actually brought this when I was on Eventful's podcast. We were recording in her hotel room and I said I would bring like my whole setup. Obviously, I had to impress. That was my podcast debut, like on another person's podcast. I'm bringing all of my tricks out. Tricks meaning my Amazon mic stand. And I'm like, why don't I use this for my podcast? Like, this is so nice. I'm like, okay. All right. Again, it's $20. We're working with what we have. So we're back on the pod. I told you guys I wasn't going to post like every single week. I was only going to post episodes when I'm feeling inspired, when there's a topic I really want to talk about. And this topic, it's a fun one. I felt like our last one was kind of sad at sometimes, like I got a little bit emotional, and that's always nice, but I want something a little bit more lighthearted, but still on the same topic about my journey and everything. And that's dating. I cringe as I say that. I thought this would be such a fun topic to talk about because it's coming from someone who has honestly never dated before. Hi guys, I am 24 years old and I am single for the first time like ever, because last time I was single, I was 17 years old, but like being single at 17 is very different than being single at 24. Let me tell you that. And dating in the year 2016 was very different than dating in the year 2022. Like, times have changed. This climate out here, it's rough. Anyways, I wanted this to be like we're at a sleepover and we're talking about boys and we're talking about dating, especially since so many of us are on the same like journeys of entering a dating scene. When do you know you're ready to date? Am I dating? Like, I just want to give you guys a 411 on everything dating wise. My ex-boyfriend was the first guy that ever took me on a date. That is such a rough statement, isn't it? It's really weird because before that relationship, I just wasn't even in the mindset of like dating guys and putting myself out there and whatever. Obviously, I'm freaking 17. Like, it was a different time. It was a different world. And now I'm like, okay, if I want to start dating, like I'm gonna put myself out there. Like, I gotta like look at things differently. I remember being at the beach. This is being freshly single. And there are these like surfer guys and they're like, hey, like, how's it going? Where are you going? What are you doing? And I was like, I'm going to the beach. Like, have a great day. And I was so quick to kind of just like be nice, but cut off the conversation and go about my own day. And then in my mind, I'm like, Linz, you can talk to guys. Like, you could talk to guys. You can be interested. And I had to get myself to look at things in a different way than I was obviously so used to in a relationship. It's weird having to look at things in a different way. And for a while post breakup, you're like, obviously not ready to. The thought of being with another person is terrifying. The thought of putting yourself out there and dating is terrifying. All of it is scary. But in personal experience, I don't think you really know you're ready to put yourself out there again until you do it and just see how you feel. And that's like with a lot of things. You don't know you're ready until you just like try it out. How do you know if you don't put yourself out there? I'm going to tell you guys when I knew I was ready to put myself back out there. Honestly, out there for the first time. Dipping my toes in the water. That's what I was doing. I was just like walking on the sand, dipping my toes in, seeing how it feels, feeling it out. It was actually on my New York trip. And I'm really excited to tell this story because I mentioned it in my New York vlog that I got a boy's number. And that was honestly the first time that's ever happened to me. So I had to mention it in the vlog to you guys, but I apologize for the cliffhanger because months later, I still haven't talked about it. I've been waiting to, because that was honestly the moment that I knew, okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this thing. It was my last day. I'm going to tell you guys like it was a story. Okay. It was my last day in New York. It honestly felt like a movie. So that's how I'm going to tell it to you guys. I was leaving the next day at 6 a.m. flight, and Kat and I didn't really know what we were doing our last day, or my last day. She had clients in the morning and she came back and she was like, let's go to brunch. Where should we go? She showed me a couple places. I chose like the first place that she showed me because it looked so good. We got ready, we left, walked there, got to this place, and the whole time that we were there, we were vibing with the waiter. He loved us. We just kept saying every time we walked away, we're like, he freaking loves us. He keeps coming to our table. He is giving us recommendations. He is chatting us up. He just keeps coming back and asking us how we're doing. He gave us like this side of truffle aioli to try with our fries. He's like, you guys got to try this. Loving us. And then one time he came back to the table and he was like, how is the truffle aioli? Whatever, walked away. And Kat goes, oh no, he doesn't love us. He loves you. And I was laughing. I was like, okay, you're hilarious, funny. And she goes, no, literally, Lindsay, when he came to the table, he didn't even look at me that time. Like, not one time did he glance at me. He was eyes locked on you. I was like, yeah, I felt like we had a little moment there. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of a moment. I was feeling his vibe. He was such a cutie. So anyways, that was it. We were like almost done eating. He goes to bring us our checks and he tells us that the little checkout thing is broken. Like, it literally looks like this, that he's walking around taking the orders on, checking people out on. And he goes, I'm gonna have to bring it inside, take our cards and like ask us whose card's which so he can like do the tips, whatever. Brings back our cards and he gives Kat hers in like this little tin and he hands me mine. Just a note, just giving you guys a visual of what's going on here. I grab it from him and when he walks away, I turned over the card because the receipt was like wrapped around the card and I see through it that he wrote down his phone number. And immediately I was like, okay. And I didn't want to tell Kat there. I wanted to wait till we leave. And Kat's like effing around, literally like taking so long to put her shit in her bag and stuff. I'm like, Kat, we need to get the fuck out of here. Like, let's go. Because I wanted to tell her so badly. We leave and I tell her and she's like, no fucking way. She's freaking out. It was just like such a cute, wholesome moment that I look back on fondly, that we had that moment together, Kat and I. And he basically wrote on the receipt, let's grab a drink. And he wrote his phone number. Of course, I ended up texting him and I had to tell him like, that was my last night. Like, it's now or never, boy. If you want to hang out, we got to do it. We got to do it soon. And we ended up hanging out, actually. This is so unlike me, guys. So unlike me. Spontaneously hanging out with the boy that I never know in New York City late at night. Like, who? What was I on that day? Like, what vibe was I on? I was in my spontaneous era, go with the flow era, as I honestly have been in ever since. But I ended up hanging out with him like late that night, and it wasn't a date. We were just like hanging out, getting to know each other. We just walked around and chatted. It wasn't anything about him. We vibed. It was fun. He was nice to talk to, but it was how I felt when I was there. I wasn't thinking about my ex. I wasn't thinking about the person that I was with. And we ended up kissing and I didn't think about my ex. I wasn't sad. I was excited. I got back after and I was like giddy. Like I had fun and I wasn't sad. I wasn't thinking about the other person. And that's what made me realize like, okay, I think I can do this. I always wondered how I would feel after like kissing someone else, how I would feel being around a guy, like just hanging out with a guy alone in that kind of setting. Would I be sad? Would I cry? And in that moment, I just had to be like, I'm just going to do it and go from there. And it honestly was a perfect setting too, because there really were like no strings attached. Like I was leaving on a plane the next morning. It's just hanging out. Like there wasn't any pressure to add on to it. So it really was just like experiencing hanging out with a guy for the first time post breakup. And yeah, it was good. It was good. And after that, I was like, let's fucking do this. Let's do this thing. Obviously, I didn't go like full force into dating, but it made me feel good being like, okay, yeah. I found that little like boost of confidence in a way, especially with a guy leaving me his number. I was like, mama still got it. That's another thing. I act like I'm a divorced 50-year-old woman sometimes. I'm like, I still got it. I'm 24 years old. Of course, I'm in my fucking prime. Of course I still got it. If there's any time in my life that I got it, it's the present. Anyways, I needed a sip of matcha after that story. I've been waiting to chat with you guys about that. But yeah, then going home the next day, literally, we were out until like after 2 a.m. and I had to be up for my flight the next day before 6 a.m. I was tired, but I honestly was just feeling so spontaneous and had so much fun doing it. I'm like, yes, let's live my movie moment. Doesn't that feel like a freaking movie? That's why my New York trip, I look back so fondly because it was just so fun. So that's basically what all that was. It wasn't like, now I'm going to go on all these dates with boys. It was just finding that it was another like step in the process. You know what I mean? But it really got me thinking like, okay, dating. That's how I felt. That's how it makes me feel sometimes. Because like, what even is dating? Guys, can you explain it to me? Dating in the year 2022, dating for the first time ever. What is dating? Because, okay, you go out with someone and you're going on multiple dates with them. Okay, you're dating. Me not knowing any terminology. And then after that, people become like exclusive, but you're not boyfriend and girlfriend. Make it make sense to me. And then after you're like exclusive, then you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna ask you to be my boyfriend or my girlfriend, and then now you're boyfriend and girlfriend, and that's it. Or sometimes people go from like talking. The fuck is that? What is talking? Talking, and then you're dating, and then you're exclusive, and then you're boyfriend and girlfriend. There are too many steps for me to keep up with. What even is that? I don't get it. Obviously, I've heard of people, like I had single friends and them tell me their experiences, but honestly in the back of my mind I was just like, good luck with that, because like that doesn't make sense to me. It literally sounds like you're speaking another language to me. I'm still like, I don't really get this shit. I don't get the exclusive part, but you're not boyfriend and girlfriend. You're boyfriend and girlfriend. You just haven't asked them to be boyfriend and girlfriend yet. But where do you have the exclusive talk? Shouldn't the exclusive talk be like, do you want to be my boyfriend? Do you want to be my girlfriend? Anyways, and then like dating apps. You're going out with someone that you've never met before, ever. Like, how terrifying is that? I'm just going to meet up with this random person from the internet and go on a date. I don't know you. Get out. Why are you talking to me? And then it's like, what if they catfish you? Is that like still, that's obviously still a thing. It's still a thing. It's still a thing to think about. How do you know that person's real? Okay, I knew that I was ready to put myself out there with like, okay, I can talk to another guy and not be sad about my past relationship. But am I ready to date and like be in the dating world? That's a whole different freaking question. That has lots of extra stuff to it, of course. The next couple of weeks after that, it was kind of a thought in my mind, like maybe I'll download a dating app because like it seems fun, whatever. I just wanted to make one and see maybe who I match with. If I just wanted to like look at hot boys and like and not like and have fun with it. So I end up making a dating app. It was funny. Making a dating app, making a dating profile, making specifically a Hinge profile. I was at the beach with Natalia and I was kind of talking to her about it earlier that day. And she's like, just make one. Like, why not? I'll help you make it. And it was fun making it with her, especially I have learned so much from her because she has, been on dating apps for a little bit. She's not even on dating apps anymore, but she has experience with it and dating people and whatever. So I'm like, Natalia, teach me. I'm a lost puppy. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. And she helped me make it. And she goes, I want you to go on a date within the next week. I'm like, Natalia, I don't know these boys. I'm not going to go with someone that I have no idea who he is, if he's real or not. Like, that's terrifying. And then I ended up going on a date a week and a half later. That was unexpected. Plot twist. But I really did it for the plot, honestly. And also the fact that I matched with this guy a couple days later and we ended up having really good conversation, really good banter. I liked talking to him. And he was like, I'm picking you up Monday night. We're going on a date. And how can I say no to that? I have learned that I like that a lot. Yeah, tell me when you're picking me up. Tell me what time. Plan everything, and I'm just gonna show up and look pretty. That sounds so bad. But I'm not used to that, like a guy planning a date. And I was just like, okay, I'll be ready. Pick me up. I didn't end up having him pick me up. Okay, guys, I don't think a guy you've never met before should pick you up on a first date. So I met him there. I met him at the place. I'm like, sorry, maybe next time, but I don't feel comfortable with that. But I liked the gesture. That was nice, being like, I'm going to pick you up. I appreciated that. But I'm like, I'm nervous. So yeah, he ended up being real, thank God. And it ended up being a really good date. That was the first online date that I went on, meeting someone online, not knowing them prior. I had gone on a couple dates before that, which I had to kind of like check in with myself before I went on an actual date with someone, because I'm like, what am I going into this for? What do I want? And my main intention was just to figure out what I like, meet new people, go at it with an open mind, and really find out what I like in a guy, because obviously I was the same guy for like 5 years, and before that I was a teenager. So I'm like, what is my type? What is my type at 24 years old? Therefore, learning more about myself, how I am on dates, what am I learning about myself through this experience? Because with every person, you're learning something about yourself while also learning about them. Do I like this? Do I like them? You don't have to go about it in a way that's like, do they like me? I'm going to do this so they like me. I want to act this way so they'll like me. Who the fuck cares if they like you? Do you like them? That's something that's super important to do before you decide to put yourself out there as well and go on a first date with someone. Know what you are there for and why you're doing this and why you decided to go on a date. The other dates that I went on, okay, one guy, first date, last date that we went on, I laugh because I knew that I was going to get experiences like this. And I was just like, this made me be like, the dating world is scary. So we went to eat. It was like an early dinner situation. First off, he didn't pay for me. Fine. I could pay for myself. Okay, guys, I could pay for myself. But like, you took me on a date. You should at least offer. That's where I stand on that. We're walking by the beach after. And we go to this pier, we go to the end of the pier, and we ended up having a pretty like nice conversation, and we kissed, simple kiss, right? I gave this boy an inch meaning a kiss, and he took a mile. Like after that, he was literally acting like we were a couple, arms around me, grabbing me. I was like, oh, slow down, cowboy. Like where did this come from? And it was just too much. And I'm like, okay. Like I was like giving him hints, like, let's not do that. No. And we went to leave. I was like, okay, I want to go. I stand up and this boy smacks my butt. Full on, just like my ass. And I was absolutely stunned. I was like, I literally go, what the fuck? And I like said his name. I was like, what the fuck? And he was just like laughing. And I was like, I did not even know what to say. He walked me back to my car. He literally asked me if I wanted to go over to his place. I was like, no, I want to go home and I never want to see you again. Goodbye. And I ended up actually telling him after that date because he wanted to hang out again. And I was like, I actually felt really uncomfortable with the things that you were doing. And I think it was very disrespectful that you smacked my ass. Like it was too much. And he literally was like, oh, sometimes people are just like aren't on the same page. Gross. Goodbye. Disgusting little boy. And after that I was just like, this is not fun. I don't know if dating is for me, if these are if this is the dating pool these days, but it definitely is not. This next guy I went out with, very, very, very different. This guy is a man. He is a man. And this is all different time periods, guys. This is not like one on top of the other. I want to talk about him because I feel like when I hear about people's healing journeys and journeys post breakup, that there's always like this one person that is so important to their healing journey, and someone that really started to teach them kind of what they deserve. And this guy that I went out with, I know for sure definitely was that person and helped me so much. So I feel like I need to mention him because he's just a big part of the plot. We're going to call him, I feel like we need to give him a nickname. We're going to call him Six Figures. If he ever listens to this, he's going to love that I'm calling him that. Because like honestly, ego boost. But so Six Figures and I had known each other before. This wasn't someone random. And started going on dates. And he was so kind and sweet to me that he really helped me, in the most simplest of words, heal. I didn't realize how much I needed someone just to be kind to me and treat me well. He listened and he made efforts and he planned things and he paid for things, like things that I was just so not used to. But he taught me what I deserve. But it's true. It honestly is true. And the way I'm explaining it sounds like it's like way more than like what it was, but it really, really meant a lot for me. It did. We're not going on dates anymore, but we are still very much friends as we were before. But yeah, he played a very, very important part in my healing journey. What a kind, sweet boy. I've only gone on one other date, and it was just a first date with someone from Hinge. And honestly, since then, I've taken a little bit of a step back from the app because it takes so much energy. You don't know the person, so you're having to start on step one, like base one, really getting to know them. And sometimes the app just gets boring, like scrolling through people, and it's rough out there, guys. It really is. So I deleted it. I got tired of scrolling. Maybe I'll re-download it one day when I'm bored and I feel like looking at hot guys. I don't know. I'm looking for hot guys. We'll see. We will see. But I will show you my Hinge profile because like, why the heck not? I need to re-download it actually. Okie dokie. All right, my profile. Here I am, Lindsay. I've actually switched up my pictures since the first time that I downloaded it because I got told 2 times that I looked mean. But honestly, it was the pictures that I had on there. I didn't really have any smiling ones. They were all like I know I'm hot pictures. And I felt like I needed to switch it up and really show my personality more of me because we're batty sometimes, but I'm not batty all the time. This is the first picture that I have. Oh, she's so cute and wholesome and sweetie. Like me with my matcha. Like that's me all the time. How to get a cute little pic there. Let's make sure we're on the same page about, let me show you.
If you're at a restaurant, do you choose truffle fries or garlic herb fries? Because if there are fries on the menu, you always have to say yes to fries. But if they have the option between the two, which one do you choose?
Good question, right? Honestly, you guys leave down your answers in the comment section. If you guys know me, then you definitely know my answer. But I feel like that's like a fun one. And a lot of people actually would reply to that one. So many garlic herb fries. Honestly, disappointing. Next one is I'm looking for my future ex-husband. Funny story. Actually, Six Figures did this prompt for me. Who would have thought? He helped me with my dating profile. I'm 24, I'm 5'7". I switch around my location a lot, actually. Just want to see guys in different areas. So right now we're in Santa Monica. And then I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that stuff. Next one, how I fight the Sunday scaries. Such a wholesome little pic. Like, is this not me? By the beach eating donuts. Hello. Selfie number 503. I thought this was, I don't know. I put prompts, just like random prompts, but this was a cute little selfie. I get along best with people who agree that matcha is better than coffee. Duh. This is also a cute pic, another smiling pic. My mantra is, you'll get judged either way, so might as well pick the fun option. This one I'm honestly going to change, but I don't know. It's cute. What a stunning sunset. I actually really love that video. And I feel like that just shows what I do a lot of the time. I'm at the beach a lot, okay? I love a good sunset. Take me to a sunset. And then the last picture is another personality pic. Just me on a swing. Swinging away. Ooh, Ross, hello. I should not have the app on my phone anymore. Like, you go down a rabbit hole. I'm like, hi, cute boy. And then they become so disappointing. And they're like, hey, WID. I'm like, God, not this again. Please, no. So just like every other part of this journey, dating is a journey in itself. And I'm just figuring it out as I go along. But I think it's fun to chat with you guys like about it, because it's a wild, wild world out there. It is the wild, wild west. I have learned so much about myself, like what I don't like, what I deserve, what I should not put up with, boundaries that I have. So much that honestly, I need to like journal about it and like write down everything and kind of have like, I know, but I want to put down on a list like and reflect on all of this journey that I've had, especially since I deleted Hinge and I'm not really planning on going on. I don't have any dates like lined up right now, so I really want to take this time to like reflect on everything that I have learned from this dating experience that I've been having. But as I said, that was my intention in the beginning. Learn more about myself, meet new people, have these new experiences. And it's been amazing, honestly. Minus the peer guy that smacked my ass. That was not a so amazing part, but every other part, it's been pretty good. I want to leave off on a funny little story. This was a third date that I went on with this one guy, and he took me to the Arboretum. So we just walked around. If you guys don't know the Arboretum, it's in Arcadia, and it's kind of like I don't even know how to explain it. There are lots of different plants and stuff from different countries and different places around the world. So it's kind of a great place to walk outside, go on a good old hot girl walk and talk. It was actually really nice. But about 30 minutes into this date, we're walking around, we sit on this bench and we're just chatting. And this fly landed on my leg and bit me. Like, it hurt. I was like, ow, what the swatted away. And we're like, okay, whatever. Continue talking. A few minutes later, I hear him go, ow, and swat his arm. And I was like, did the fly bite you too? And I look down and it's a little tiny ant on his arm. And I was like, oh, what the hell? An ant? Like, these freaking insects keep biting us. What is it? What's going on here? What's in the air today? And he's like, oh, fuck. Like, he starts kind of like freaking out. And I'm like, oh, you're getting kind of red, sir. What's going on? And he goes, yeah, I'm allergic to ants. I'm sorry, what? I'm allergic to ants. Sir, what? And you take me to the Arboretum? We're literally in the wilderness. Like, you're allergic to ants? And as we're like talking more about it, I'm like, do you need like Benadryl or something? Like, what's going on? I'm like, how allergic are you? And he's like, I have an EpiPen. He has an EpiPen. I'm like, okay, where is it? Doesn't have it on him. Doesn't have it on him. You're EpiPen allergic to ants, and an ant just bit you, and your EpiPen is nowhere in sight? Excuse me? Anyways, I'm like, should we get you Benadryl? He's like, yeah, probably get me some Benadryl. Of course, the on-site gift shop is closed. There's no Benadryl to be found on site. We even asked someone and he's like, yeah, you're not going to find Benadryl here. We're like, okay, great. Love that. We ended up leaving, and I'm so not upset about leaving. I'm like, I want you to survive. So let's go. It didn't like kill a vibe at all. Like, we were just, I don't know, it was just another part of the date. I was just along for the ride, along for the journey on saving this guy. We ended up going to Target and getting him Benadryl, and he takes it, and it still turned into a great date. But a little bit later on in the date, after we like ate and stuff, he started to get really sleepy. Like, he was a very sleepy boy while we were chatting. Yeah, that was interesting. But he survived. Okay, part I missed. When we were on our way to Target, he starts telling me about this one time that an ant bit him, and he literally felt his throat closing up. And he had to take like a bunch of Benadryls. Like, he didn't go to the hospital, took a bunch of Benadryls. He's like, yeah, I like felt myself like not being able to breathe. He's telling me that at like pre-Benadryl. I'm like, okay, this is fun. Are you good? Like, I kept asking him, like, are you? I kept an eye on his arm. Like, are we all right? Should I be concerned? Do you need me to drive? Like, should I take you to the hospital? Like, what's going on? But everything was great. He survived. So yeah, that was that date. A funny little story to end you guys off on. But I hope you enjoyed listening to this. I really want to do another dating episode, like with a friend, like one of my single friends, maybe Natalia possibly, and just talk more about this stuff. I have really learned how fun it is to be single, like with my friends, and talk about dates and different experiences that we have and learn from each other. I've learned so much from my friends, and it's just a new journey of life that I did not expect to be on, but I'm trying to go with the flow and enjoy every step that I am on and new experiences that I have, even if I didn't expect to have them and I was really scared to have them. I am embracing them with open arms. I'm not trying to be nervous about it because I know that I have so many great experiences that I haven't experienced yet. So many great things coming my way. So I'm just trying to embrace them with open arms, and that's all you can do. So I hope that you guys are doing that as well. Don't be afraid of new things. I'm honestly talking to myself as I'm saying that to you guys. Don't be afraid of new things. Be open to them. Embrace them. Comment down below how you feel about dating. Honestly, I want to hear your guys' opinions. Does it scare you as much as it scares me? Let me know. Make me feel less alone. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed listening and watching if you're on YouTube. And I will talk to you guys next time. I love you so freaking much. Cheers. I need to go chug this matcha now. And I'll see you guys later.